Hello, Falcon lovers. I'm attempting to create a short tutorial for any newcomer to Falcon BMS wanting to set up a DirectX setup for their device. The first thing you would want to do is to check after you have plugged in your device Hotas, you would want to check it in Windows if it's recognized by Windows, and you do that by checking it in units and printers or whatever, and you will want to find it here. In my case, I have the ProFlight X65 control system. You right click that, you check it here, and you see that the Windows is in fact seeing my device, and that is through a specific driver for my system. It could be that your device don't need a specific driver and Windows recognizes it by default. You just plug and play. You check that. So once you have checked that your Windows is recognizing your device, you will want to launch Falcon. And if you are fresh, if you are starting from now, the first thing you want to do is go into your logbook here and create a new specific pilot and assign a call sign to it. So you click new, you choose a call sign for your pilot and the pilot name, and you click OK. What it does is that it creates a setup of files in your config folder. So those files are specifically your config files. So you can have separate pilots, but once you've done that, you know that you are set to set up anything within Falcon according to an example. So after that, you go to setup, you go to controllers, you go to load, and you choose whatever you like, whatever you prefer, but I would recommend BMS full to have full access of any inputs. And after you have loaded that, you can click apply. The first thing you want to do after that is to check that your controller is highlighted in this box. If it's not, you can probably choose it from this drop down menu. And if you have a combined device, so it's two separate devices combined to one, you would only need to choose the one corresponding to your device. If you have two separate devices, you would want to check what device gives you full access to your Hotas hands-on throttle and stick system. That is a bit different from every system to system. For CH, I think it's the throttle that gives the full access. You just have to try it. Okay, once that is done and your BMS full is loaded, you go to here, the advanced tab, to set your accesses within the game. View control, that's for track AR and other things you would want to check later. Go to flight control. Here you would want to set your throttle axis. So go drop down this window, choose this drop down window, and choose whatever axis you would want to have functioning as your throttle axis. And that you can try out by moving your physical throttle and see if it corresponds to whatever axis you have chosen. Go down here and you just do the same with your stick, with your flight controller, the y-axis and the x-axis. And here you have dead zones. I have it in small. You can choose small, medium and large. Once that is done, you go further to avionics control. It's the same here. The thing you would want to assign axes to have a good setup within Falcon is the radar cursors, and that demands an X and a Y, and you just choose whatever you have left in this drop down window, and you would want to check reverse on your cursor Y to have it function as intended, intuitively, or whatever it is. And dead zones is the same. So if you have any knobs, rotaries, you can set range knob and radar antenna elevation as preferred. After that, you click OK, and now here you assign any other inputs than axes. So you have loaded your BMS fault key, and the tricky part here is to know, like, to begin to know what you would want to have set on your Hotas. And to begin, you have to scroll down and find throttle quadrant. There you go. And once you've read up on what you need on your throttle, for instance, you definitely gonna need those four. The first four here: UHF, VHF, IFF out, IFF in. So you would want to have a four-way in this case. You left click in the left column to highlight this home. It turns, I think it's green. I'm not gonna mess with this because it's a bit cranky, you know. You highlight this, and then you press your corresponding key input, on your Hotas. You would want to assign to this function within BMS. That's it. You do this for every function you would want to bind DirectX wise in this manner. And once you're done with your throttle, you just scroll down to find your stick. Yeah, it's a lot of inputs, but that's good, because you would later on you will need special functions, and that is perfect if you begin with the BMS 4. You will not wish you had. You have it all. Here we have flight stick. So for instance, we can take this for example. It's the TMS up. It's the target management system up. That means you are locking targets with this, and down you're unlocking. Left and right, it's specific functions referring to the F-16. So the same way, you left click in this column and you choose input on your device. So when it's highlighted, you press your button on your device to bind it. Once you have done that for all the functions you need or you think you need, this is important. You press apply. And once you've pressed apply here, you click on save button and you choose a name that suits you. Your device name and the BMS full, maybe. Here you have my call sign, BMS full, so I know what key I'm loading when I load this, because you could want to have different setups. You never know, you know. And click save. Once you've done that, you are ready. You can always try by pressing on your device if it shows up. So COM switch down, VHF, COM switch up, UHF. Yeah, it's working. Button 29. So that's it, mates. It's pretty easy, right? And I hope I've made it somewhat easier. And good luck, guys. Falcon forever.